It's over.
It's over.
Thank God for all of our mental health that it's over. I gotta be honest.
Lord.
Hey, the season wasn't horrible, but the mental toll this season took on me.
Yeah, it was a heavy season. It felt heavy.
Yeah. We'll talk more about it, but hello, my name is Alyssa Edwards, and this is The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast. I'm not going to do the whole intro as Alyssa, but welcome to The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay. I am currently drinking on a beautiful hazelnut white chocolate iced latte because it's morning and I need espresso because I was working late because I'm a podcaster. Okay, no, never mind. Cup mug. Get it. Do it. Love it. Be the cup mug. Love the cup mug.
Not be the cup mug.
Embrace the cup mug. All the things. And you can get yours at lanagcreations.etsy.com. Link is in the description below. And we do ship domestically within the United States and internationally, so there are no excuses. Unless your country is currently on fire, under fire, or underwater, then there are some excuses.
Well, I'm David Healy, and I don't have a cute intro, but I do have a cute shirt. I have worn this one already this season, but this felt very correct to wear this again. I'm wearing my Alyssa Edwards shirt. Woo! Very happy for Alyssa. And I'm just drinking some water right now.
And I am Eduardo, the Mexican representative of this podcast. I'm here to talk shit and get hit. I am finishing my coffee. I did some whipped coffee, and I am finally finishing it. Lord, it's a lot today. It's a lot.
Well,
Lord.
Global All Stars is over.
It finally happened.
And we are renewed for a second season, apparently. So I am,
Not
I'm
officially.
excited for that.
Not officially.
Unofficially.
Yeah.
But
Unofficially. But probably.
I'm hopeful.
hey, I am excited that we will hopefully get this concept again, hopefully with all 15 franchises represented.
And you know what I think would be really cool? Kind of like how the Olympics goes different places, like we have different host countries. I don't think we need a different host country, but a different host would be really cool each season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that would be like nothing against RuPaul, but
a lot against RuPaul.
Who would be the host you would want to see next?
Okay, so here's the thing, because I've already scripted through this whole thing myself, and in my ideal world, it would be a quartet of hosts as like the ultimate panel. I think just for me, I think that would be the best case scenario. And also, conveniently, the 4 people that I chose have all also competed on Drag Race.
Oh.
So I would want Brooklyn as the representative for like North America, Lolita as the representative for Spanish-speaking countries, Nikki representing Europe, and Pangina representing Asia. Like, I think that just is the best case scenario. With alternate...
Why did I think you were going to say Rita Back?
Not Rita Back. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No disrespect to Rita Back.
Is it Rita? Oh,
no,
Pangina. Yes.
No, it was going to be Nikki and Pangina. With alternates, I could potentially see... I wouldn't be mad at Supreme, honestly. On her own, I wouldn't be mad at Supreme. I wouldn't be mad at Tyga either, honestly. I even really wouldn't be mad at like Valentina, if I'm being honest with you. Like,
yeah,
she has hosted.
This is for Mama Pao.
Or I would even say like Mama Pao. Like, I'm not mad at it. Or even honestly, Michelle. I wouldn't be too upset at Michelle as part of it either. As like an anchor sort of situation. I think if I had to pick one, I think the person that I think is the most qualified would probably be Brooklyn Heights, honestly. But I would like it to feel like a panel that represents all of the global facets of Drag Race in some capacity. And I just don't feel like one host can do that. I don't even feel like RuPaul can do that. And as we saw, the judging was not always the most fair in this season. So
yeah, there were some
Is it
tumbles
ever,
here
though?
and there.
yeah. But who would y'all want as the host?
I think I'm in my Mama Pao era, so I would have picked her.
Fair.
That's very fair as well. I feel like I would want to pick someone that has, like, is able to understand most of the experience of, like, the English-speaking countries, the Latin countries, Europe, Asia, and, like, immediately what comes to mind is, like, Lolita. Lolita has, like, worked in Mexico, has worked in France, has clearly worked in all of Europe, and, like, it just feels like she could probably understand and get all of, like, the country's different types of drag. But I also do agree that I feel like Mama Pao would also be a great choice. I think Mama Pao is one of the best hosts. But I will also mention someone that hasn't been mentioned. I really love Drag Queen, and I love Drag Queen, and I think she could do a really good job.
Greg would be great. Greg would be great. But yeah, that's what we think. Let us know in the comments below. And we're going to dive into this finale before we do, because that's the intro. Make sure to subscribe if you've not already, because we're here almost all the time, giving you almost all things drag. And make sure to check out the description below, where you can find all of our audio podcast links, our other YouTube channels, and our Patreon for exclusive content and early access, including early access to the Look Over Here's, most of the Look Over Here's for the franchises we are currently covering. So, this finale, for me, and I'm only speaking for me, was a whole lot of fluff.
Yeah, it was a lot of fluff, a lot of, like, this could have been a lot shorter.
This could have been an email.
Yeah,
in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty standard finale. Like, this is copy and paste, which I don't think is necessarily bad. It's just we've seen a few franchises go for really exciting finales. So I'm not mad at it, but yeah, it wasn't anything where I have like a ton of high moments.
yeah,
No,
totally.
not really at all. Not really at all. So the girls come in, they're doing their thing. We find out that the final maxi challenge is a remix, not a remix, because it's not a RuPaul song. But we are writing verses and performing in the music video for Dance Like the World Is Watching.
And Peter Pan is there.
Yeah, Peter Pan is present.
Apparently.
He's flying high.
God, this whole...
Yeah, this whole
episode was just... So, they go to film their TikTok dance segments. Now, I was confused by this whole damn thing, because I must have just missed something. Did they explicitly mention that it was supposed to be a TikTok dance?
Yeah, I think it was kind of hinted at early on that it was going to be kind of like a viral type of dance, like TikTok. She I can't remember the exact wording, but RuPaul's like, and tick your talk earlier on. So yeah, I kind of got the vibe that was what they were going for. But yeah, I was here for it, I guess. Like, I'm not on TikTok, but I know a lot of people are, and might as well make the most of it since it's pretty popular.
I mean, yeah, it was choice that was made. Do I think it was the worst choice? No, I understand why it was made. Like, it's supposed, like, if the song is Dance Like the World Is Watching, you're kind of wanting to make an easy dance so that everyone can dance to it. But at the same time, like, watching all of the dances that were made, I feel like none of them would be, like, good enough to be on, like, to become viral on TikTok, or like they would all be too hard. All of them would be too hard for, like, the little girlies that just do this. and that's it. Like they just use their hands, and that's it. So
and honestly, the thing that frustrated me the most about this episode was when we go to actually film the dance segments. Jamal insisting that Nalenia basically dumbed down her dance. I was like, I don't like this. I don't like this. I understand that you are working under the brief of what Paramount is telling you to do, Jamal, but it's just like,
yeah. Like
and really,
Nalenia wants.
unfortunately, the most disappointing part of this season has been Jamal Sims.
Yeah, Jamal Sims really
me,
hasn't added anything to
No,
the
he
season.
hasn't,
Really,
and I'm disappointed in that. I was so excited preseason when I found out we were getting Jamal. Maybe I wish it was Graham Norton instead.
Yeah, maybe. I just think that Jamal just really doesn't have, like, he really only has experience in dance, and so with a lot of other things that the girls were doing, he didn't have enough for him to be able to actually critique and help some of the girls, which like throughout the season made him look like he just wasn't really there. Like he didn't have much to say and like a lot to critique when it came to like, oh, your challenge was good. I would have changed this. I would have changed that. It was a lot about the looks, and when it came to dancing, he did talk and he had good critiques, but like he really kind of like didn't have enough like tools to be a good enough judge, in my opinion.
Yeah, if we're talking about charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent, he's got a capital T and a very lowercase c, I think. So
yeah.
He puts the D in charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. I hate it. I'm so excited to never have to hear. He puts the D in. Yes, we get it. He's hot.
Like, I think he's just okay.
Oh, I think he is objectively incredibly attractive.
Lord.
And then we get Tic Tac lunches with Rue and Michelle. Very standard.
Mm-hmm.
The two things I want to point out are all of them getting this like global all-stars pin thing. I thought that was a cute gesture.
Yeah.
They didn't look that expensive, I'm gonna be honest with you.
No, like, it felt like a plug.
I know it's supposed to be more of like a sentimental thing, but like y'all could have done something better. It looks like you got these off of pinexpress.co.uk and you got 100 of them for like $25.99. Like that's really what it felt like for me.
What's interesting is all of them, when they received their pins, they just felt so sentimental, like, oh my gosh, wow, you got this for me. And I wanted to be like, hey, they cut them for all the finalists and they were going to give it to anybody in the top 4, so don't feel too special, because they were all just like so emotional over it. And I guess probably it's more that the fact that they're there and this is cementing another thing, like, oh, I'm in the top 4. But I thought it was really interesting, all of their reactions. But beyond that, I do want to say I really enjoyed this Tic Tac lunch, because we've had our ups and downs with everybody in this cast, and it's been a lot of downs for a couple of them. I felt like this moment really did humanize everybody again and remind us why we have liked all 4 of these people at some point to varying levels. So I feel like I needed that. I needed to appreciate them as people and as individuals who are just there trying to reach their goals, and how they all have struggles, and this is a big moment of accomplishment for all of them. So yeah, I wanted to leave this season feeling more positive about everybody than I had in previous episodes, and I think I really did. So I'm happy, and I think this was a big part of it.
Yeah,
either positive or net neutral, I would say. There are some people that I'm leaving net neutral on. There are some people that I definitely feel a little bit more positively on. I would agree with that for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Like, it truly felt like we finally got to like with all the editing that has been done and all of the things that have been going on, it truly felt like we were going back into like these girls' original seasons, and we saw who they were, and we saw like what we fell in love with when they were in their original seasons. Like I finally saw specifically like Kitty coming back to her like original
Right.
UK3 Kitty, and I was like, oh, you're still fun down there. Like the competition really got to you, and you were like really under a lot of pressure. And now that like it's kind of lifted off of you, you feel a lot lighter, and you feel like a lot more yourself. And
I
so
agree.
like I did, and like the TikTok launches being like, okay, they were just under a lot of pressure. I understand why a lot of things happened the way that they happened, and like as you said, David, they humanized them a lot for me, and like it reminded me why I like these queens and why I was excited to see them on my screens again. So I did end up leaving like a lot happier than I did when I started this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I love as well Queen with her gift back to Rue and Michelle. I don't know that either of them fully understood all of it, but I do love that gesture, and that really just brought me back to the Queen Kong that I absolutely fell in love with on Down Under. And I was really, really happy to see that. The most interesting moment, and I kind of wish I had the screenshot because it's Alyssa making another fun face, but she's so emotional in her Tic Tac lunch, and then you can tell, is trying to process what's happening, and then Michelle's like, I have a gift for you, and Alyssa's just like,
Everyone was just so confused.
it's like, I was like, oh, Alyssa. And even Alyssa felt lighter. I gotta be honest, like, it felt like the competition, and I will say this from the last 2 weeks, honestly, Alyssa has just felt like as soon as the pressure was off and she was like, no, okay, I finally made a finale, I feel like we got the Alyssa that we know, and like the Alyssa that I see online a lot, and instead of this like the character of Alyssa on TV. And that's how I feel about Kitty too, is like I have not loved the character that is Kitty Scott-Claus on this season of Global All-Stars, but I know fundamentally Kitty, if I met Kitty in a pub somewhere, we would have a great time. We would have a great chat about the Spice Girls, and it would be a phenomenal time. And that's the thing that I'm happiest I'm leaving this season with, is like, I may not have liked the character of some of these people on this season, but at the end of the day, I'm a fan of everyone who is on this season.
Me too.
And I am happy to leave all of that in the past, because that is just, a lot of it has to do with the edit. And they said the things they said. I'm not going to discount that. But the characters that they are portraying on this season have been, in a lot of ways, fabricated for them. And I'm not going to hold on to that as the true meaning of these people and who they are. There are some people who have been on TV who have shown us after the fact that they are just as much of a rotted charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent as we knew them to be. And no, this is not me intentionally trying to make another dig at Plain Jane, though. Yes, that is who I'm talking about.
Oh.
Immediately came to mind.
I thought you were talking about Survivor.
I mean, oh, well.
Oh, Lord.
All I have to say about that is go check out our coverage of Survivor 47 available over on the Cup TV. Dang. But yeah, they come in for getting ready for the final day.
I did want to, sorry, before we move on, because we talked about everybody except for Nelania in her TikTok.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Talk about Nelly, please.
And I'm going to kind of touch on what's said on the runway stage too. But what I thought was really interesting is we had Rue saying, you're just so instantly lovable. Like, do you have people tell you that all the time? And Nelania's like, no, I don't. And she's like, yes, you do. Yes, you do. You have to, like, Rue could not fathom that people don't tell her that. And later on, like, we hear Rue telling Nelania, the whole world has fallen in love with you watching this. And she said that before any episode aired, months before any episode aired. But I just think it's fascinating how Rue was able to pick up on that she knew exactly the reception Nelania was going to get just by being in her presence. And it could not be any more true than it was. Like, she absolutely came away as the person that the entire world, even people in America or the UK or Australia, like, that they just latched on to her. And I really just hope Nelania has just felt such an overflowing amount of love just coming her way, because we were all rooting for her, and I thought that was really special.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it truly felt like
also agree.
a nice moment.
Yeah, Rue has this very interesting way of acknowledging, like, before a season has even, and I mean, obviously, she's done this enough that, like, she can tell at this point.
Yep.
Like, the girls that she just knows are going to be the fan favorite girls. Like, she did this with Nelly on this season. She did this with Marina. She did this with Queen Kong on her original season. Saphira. Jimbo, honestly, if talking like Jimbo, Pangina, Blue Hydrangea, like all of these people that Ruer's just like, no, you're gonna be a superstar, and I can see it right now that everyone's going to love you.
Mm-hmm. What's interesting is I don't know that the cast realized it, like, especially like hearing some things people have said on social media afterwards. It feels like their impression of Nelania was very different than the audience and Rue's. So I don't know what the disconnect is there, but I really hope that if anybody had issues with Nelania, I hope they see her in a new light after seeing, like, watching her back and even seeing her confessionals and how genuine she is. Like, if they thought she was being fake at all, I hope they realize that's just her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
So then everyone's getting ready the next day. They bring in all of the other girls just for none of them to do their makeup and just sit there and talk to the top 4 while they do their makeup.
Lord, I don't know. Why?
What the fuck was this?
I don't know.
It's 3 times in the last 4 episodes where we've had surprise, we're all back, we're all reunited. Again. And everybody hugs each other like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in days.
It's been so long. Oh my god, it's been 48 hours since I've seen you.
Lord.
Oh my god.
I literally saw you yesterday. How are you today?
Oh my god. That's how I feel every time I come in to do a podcast. It's like, oh my god, David, it's been forever since I saw you yesterday. Eduardo, oh my god, I saw you 2 days ago.
Fully.
Like, no, I know that feeling. But yeah, this was cute, whatever.
But Kitty had some good comments, like, how many times are you all gonna can you send them home yet?
Well, so the thing is, and this was something we heard pre-season with a completely different format that I think I've touched on, but I think would have been more fun. It sounds like the girls were in their contract guaranteed to appear in 6 episodes. And that is what happened. So
yeah.
The first 3, the makeover, the Lollapalooza, and the finale. Right. So hey, I'm not mad at it personally. I think the format that was rumored would have been a lot more fun.
I would have liked that.
Did y'all hear about that?
I did.
So the original rumor was that the first 6 seasons of the first 6 episodes of the season were non-elimination. And it was going to be like a point system. And then after those 6 episodes, the queens with the lowest points would do some sort of like Lipsync Lollapalooza, basically. And like 3 or 4 queens would be sent home at one time, and then they would do other challenges to drop down to a top 4.
That would have been fun.
That would have been fun. Or there was some rumor about things being in like teams for the first couple of weeks, which I don't love. But I'm glad we didn't get that.
Yeah.
Or it was gonna be like rotating teams. I don't know. It would have been weird. Yeah. But yeah. I think something honestly more Olympics like in a format would have been really cool for this season.
Mhm.
Maybe they'll do it for season 2. Which I do think it would be fun with the shreds of time that we have. I would like to do a global All Stars 2 our casting of it. I think that would be really fun. So expect that probably maybe by the end of the year. Who knows? I think that would be a really fun end of year video. But shall we just go to the runway?
Let's do it.
Might as well.
And our guest judge, Ariadna Gutierrez.
Lord.
The love of Jesus. Why can RuPaul not say Gutierrez?
Lord.
David, you could say it, right? Please.
Gutierrez?
Thank God. Even the whitest man on the face of this planet can say Gutierrez, RuPaul. There is no excuses.
Hello? Like, I don't
Hello?
What is going on here? Why? She just can't say her name, like, at all.
No.
I didn't even notice that.
It's not even hard.
Oh, yeah, she said Gutierrez.
Oh, I did notice her say, just call me Ari, which I think
I loved that.
That's what we called her when she was on Big Brother, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, because everyone I was watching with was like, who the fuck is this? And I was like, oh, she was the Miss Columbia that was involved in the Steve Harvey situation. I know her best as being 4th place on season 1 of Celebrity Big Brother US.
Maybe should have won the season.
No, I love Marissa Jarrett Winokur.
So I mean, but like, I would have been happy with
Marissa
that.
Dearly.
She was more rootable, but Marissa played better.
Yeah.
Marissa
That's why I mean,
much better.
Kind of.
I think she should have gotten 3rd. That's just me. But yeah, I loved seeing Ari. I mean, obviously, it makes sense. She was a former Miss Columbia. They're filming in Colombia. This is their way to appease to the Colombian government. I'm not too mad at it, honestly. And I love Ari. And I think she was a lovely addition to this finale, honestly.
Yeah. She was.
She looks stunning. Oh my God.
They all look really good.
She's so pretty. Everyone looks good
today.
Okay.
I want to know, what do we think about this RuPaul wig?
I don't mind it.
It's not the worst that we've seen her wear, especially in this, like, in Global. Like, we've seen worse.
I'm obsessed with this wig.
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I thought you were saying you didn't like it.
No, I was just curious what everyone thought about it, because I'm obsessed with this wig. I think it's so fun.
Kind of reminds me of 80s.
Okay, it's very 80s. And the garment is, too, in this, like, neon blue. I'm like, okay, cool. What season promo do you think we're gonna get this look for?
UK.
I think it'll be UK 7. Yeah.
I don't know which one, but I really like it. I think this is absolutely one of her best looks of the season. Like, I'm so used to it. Like, almost every time I see RuPaul, I'm like, okay, it's mid. Right. So then when I get one that I'm like, oh, okay, this is actually really nice. That's always exciting. No offense to Zaldi. I know you're watching.
Yeah, when it comes to like this look, like you said, Logan, you can kind of tell when a look is gonna be a promo, because like RuPaul like clearly loves this outfit, and like she clearly is feeling herself in this outfit, and so I would not be surprised if this was a promo look. Like, it would fit. She looks great in this. As I said, I think the wig is fine, but like the actual outfit itself is really good.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite Ru looks of the year, I gotta be honest. I think Ru looks gorge. And this is the last time we're gonna see RuPaul this year.
I'm still watching you.
Oh.
Yeah, we're still not done with
God. Let's fuck this. Let's talk about this. Whatever.
Lord, this is the shit show.
Wow, you're right, Logan.
Fuck you.
Let's talk about this
tell
video.
can y'all tell I am dealing with major Drag Race fatigue right now?
Fair. That's very fair.
I think it's more just RuPaul fatigue. I gotta be honest.
Mhm.
Your point was RuPaul's not hosting Down Under.
Yes.
That was your point.
Forgot
Yeah.
UK exists.
Lord.
Okay. Anyway, let's talk about this music video shit show. That's all I'm gonna say to start off.
I have very specific thoughts on this.
Go ahead.
I'm really interested, David, in what you
I
have
don't
to
have
say.
thoughts. Yeah, I don't have strong thoughts on anybody individually. I thought everybody did well.
Mhm.
I think the song is borderline unlistenable. I think it's
Agreed.
one of the I cannot believe Leland's name is attached to this because I usually like almost everything Leland is involved with. This song is so bad. The verses that everybody did were pretty paint by the numbers. But what I will say is I was kind of obsessed with the video itself. I thought it was adorable. Just like the whole video game theming of it, it just felt like so unique for like what we usually get on a RuPaul type of drag race. I thought it was a lot of fun. But that actually really translates to I am somebody who is always like focused on like pop radio and I keep up with music charts and like I make playlist songs from like pop radio. And I've noticed the past probably 4 years that the quality in pop songs on radio has significantly dropped. And I figured out the reason is because pop radio is so driven by TikTok trends. So anything that has like a viral thing going on TikTok, that song will end up being played on radio. And the thing is, TikTok trends, like whatever's popular is not based on quality of song, but it's based on whatever is a cool dance that we can do. So you can take an atrocious song, and as long as you have a cool dance with it, it's popular. And so I was like, oh, this actually kind of works because it's a bad song, but you're going for a trendy thing. So I mean, that is TikTok. That is TikTok. Like, yeah, I think TikTok has ruined pop radio, like absolutely ruined it. But I still thought this video was cute.
Yeah, this song was not good at all. The verses were very forgettable. I don't think anyone surprised me in any way, shape, or form. What is Alyssa doing in this way? What is this way? What is this way?
This is the same wig that Tessa wore last week.
I was about to say, did you borrow it from Tessa?
Why does it look like so much frizzier?
Because Tessa wore it.
Tessa, what did you do?
Work.
Tessa, what did you do with this wig? Girl.
Got drunk. She told us.
Yes.
She told us about it.
I know. But like, I didn't know that she fucked up this wig so hard because this looks so frizzy. It just doesn't look great, which is unfortunate for Alyssa. And also, what is this undershirt that Queen is wearing as well? Like, what? Hello? I don't know.
Hello?
Like, truly, this was in my opinion, one of the worst remixes that we've had. The dances were fine. None of them were memorable or like super iconic or anything. I agree with you, David. The actual aesthetics of the video were really fun. It gave me like a lot of, what's the video game? Not Dance Dance Revolution. It's Just Dance. It gave me very much Just Dance. And I really enjoyed
that's
that.
what they were going for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what it seemed like it was going for.
Yeah, and I wanted more of that because like sometimes we would switch over to like them looking at themselves in the mirror with like this wild filter and the fog.
It was so weird. They were all squished. Like, I don't know what was going on when they were in the workroom.
I don't know. I didn't like it. Like it just felt really disjointed and really weird. But this, like, as I said, aesthetically, the actual like Just Dance parts of this were cute to look at.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like the actual song and like all of the dance. None of it was memorable.
Yep.
None of it was like actually fun. Like I wasn't feeling like I was having fun while I was watching it. I just felt like, oh, okay, this is happening. I didn't want to like rip my ears out, or like I didn't want to like stop watching because it was so bad. But like it is just so forgettable that like it's really underwhelming, especially for like a season like this. Like I would expect a higher level, not only from like Leland, which has given us incredible music, like the whole Moulin Rouge like thing. That is one of my favorite things that Leland has ever created. And comparing that to this, it's just like, oh, this is really underwhelming. So yeah, that's just the word I can describe this whole remix with. Underwhelming.
I wanted this to be so much better than it was. And that's really all I have to say about it.
It's better on mute.
Was it?
I think
Okay.
Probably, but not by a lot, I guess.
We're gonna talk about the finale looks over on Look Over Here, so make sure to go check out that episode because a lot of these finale runways might pop up on an end of year list. Who knows?
I will be giving a full cup.
Oh, I will be too. Several. And I'm very excited about that. But we get the top 4 doing their thing, whatever. That's all I have to say about it is whatever. So we get the announcement of not Miss Congeniality, but Miss Global Peacemaker. And I think this is the most fun, different Miss Congeniality title we've ever had. I love this title.
This title is wild.
And I was like, oh, I don't know who's gonna get it. Like I ultimately did say the person that got it. Mm-hmm. I think there's a couple of people that could have gotten it, but we find out that Miss Global Peacemaker is so amused. Yay! And she wins more money! Yay, Soa!
Lipsync Assassin and Miss Congeniality. What, like...
The winner of the season truly is Soa Demuse.
Mm-hmm. Truly, yeah.
I really thought it could have gone to Eva. I thought it could have gone to Miranda. I think it could have gone probably not to Tessa because she's a dumb bitch. It could have gone to Pythia. Pythia was my first guess.
Okay.
And I think there's a couple of girls that could have gotten this, but I'm thrilled for Soa nonetheless. Thrilled for Soa.
Yeah, Eva was my guess.
Yeah, for me it was also Eva. Like I immediately thought like, oh, Eva's probably gonna win this. But when I saw that Soa won it, I was like, oh, of course. Of course she won this.
And
like,
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been mad at any of them winning. But like once Soa was revealed, I was like, oh, of course, she has like a bunch of friends in this cast. Like, of course they're gonna pick her. It made a lot of sense. And like it feels right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I went into the season with the top 4. And it's kind of cool to see like each of them kind of get something out of the season. Like, so I had Alyssa was in my top 4. Soa was in my top 4. So she definitely had a good final 2 episodes. Pythia, kind of the one that everybody's like, oh, she was robbed. And then Eva, who had like the moment with her talent show. So I'm very happy with all of my top 4, even though they didn't all go as far as I wanted them to.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, like the international seasons are really the winners of this season because they truly like were able to show their drag on an international platform. And like I've seen people like from all different places like rooting for the international girls. And like these girls are leaving the season with so many fans and so many people behind them that in the end they may have not have gotten to the final 4, but I think in the end like they truly are the winners of this season because like they didn't get like edited in a bad way. All of them end up being loved by the fans. Like all of them have this opportunity of like being the robbed girl of their season that didn't get like the correct treatment. in Global All Stars, or like that went too early, and like a lot of people are gonna get behind them and help them and root for them, and I always love that. I love that the international girls are getting that.
I agree. So we get our top 4, and we're told that they're gonna get cut somehow. No, they all lip sync for the crown.
Wow, this is shocking. I am shocked. This is shocking.
I'm so shocked. This is the most shocking thing that's ever happened in the history of RuPaul's Drag Race. I am so shocked.
It felt like the eliminated queens were told to like pretend to be shocked because they say Alyssa, then they go queen, and you hear like from the side, Kitty, Nalania. And I was like, really, girls? Really? Are you that shocked?
Nothing. It.
Millennia. Oh my god!
They paid them the same amount that they paid the girls when they had to pretend that Kitty's lip sync was the funniest thing they've ever seen.
Oh my god. Oh. David, I was not expecting to hear you shriek today.
It happens occasionally.
Lord.
But,
Lord, that did something to me.
We get a finale lip sync, and I was like, oh, I hope it's a really, really good song. And then it was. We get Bad Romance by Lady Gaga. The song is finally redeemed on Drag Race. No shade to Delta. I love Delta work dearly. But I was really excited for it to be Bad Romance because it's been a while since we've gotten a Gaga lip sync. Mm-hmm. I don't know what I was expecting for the final lip sync song for Global All Stars, but I'm not mad. And I think the girls did a good job with their solo lip syncs.
I want to know, were there points in the song where they were like, okay, we're all going to do this?
I think it's just choreo that, like...
Is that how the actual...
I think it's just... Mm-hmm.
Okay, because there was like one point where they were all like doing this.
They're all doing the Gaga choreography, and they're all doing it wrong, which was my favorite part of this whole lip sync. Was like, I love that we get the four screen split screen, and then you just see all 4 of them doing it somewhat wrong.
Mm-hmm. It was still iconic though.
I was like, where's that little kid that was doing the choreo, and Gaga brought him on stage to do it with all of his dancers? Now, where's he? Where is he to teach them how to do this choreo? That's what I need to know. But I do also love that they did the Bad Romance, because everyone did a fucking stunt at the same point of the song.
Because obviously.
Okay, what was that weird, like, half barrel roll leg kick that Queen did at one point in this lip sync? Because I was like, what the fuck? Like, did y'all notice? She did like a donkey kick almost.
Yeah, it was
ground.
Yeah, it was like she was trying to do her iconic barrel roll, but like something went wrong.
She did it ultimately at the romance part, which was great. But I was like, huh?
Yeah, like as I said, it felt like she was trying to do that, but like something went wrong, and so she had to kind of like do something different, and then she like did it in the romance part, and I think that's why she actually got it. But yeah, I agree with you. That romance part was super like fun and funny to me. Like
this was a great lip sync overall. Like, I don't think anyone did bad
for a 4-way finale lip sync. This was a really
4-way solo cut together finale lip sync. Like, I'm not honestly that mad at it. Mm-hmm. I have a definitive ranking on who I think did best to worst.
I'm curious.
David, did you rank these, Mr. Rank King? Oh wow. Okay. So my favorite performance out of all of them actually was Alyssa. Mm-hmm. I think Alyssa understood the assignment the best. I think her facial expressions were really good. This is a song that Alyssa is gonna do well in because she just has the facial expression. She has that stage presence that I think is really good. And I would say very closely behind her for me was Nalenia. I think Nalenia really, I mean, Popstar Fantasy, this is what she does. This is very much so in her wheelhouse, and I think she did a really, really good job. I would have Queen third, only because I think some of her stunts were a little sloppy. But I still think she did a really solid job with the actual lip sync. Her stage presence is undeniable to me. And so there was definitely, you know, a good element there. And while I don't think Kitty did a bad job, it was clear that she didn't know the words at certain points. And I was like, girly pop, how the fuck do you not know the lyrics to Bad Romance? You are a homosexual. How do you not know the words to Bad Romance? So I would have had Alyssa, Nelly, Queen, and then Kitty for me.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that ranking as well.
Alyssa and Nelly are very back and forth for me. Like, honestly, I might just have them tied for joint first.
That's fair. I immediately thought, like, maybe it's because I was blinded by the fact that I wanted Nelly to win. That I was like, oh,
Yeah.
Nelly absolutely did amazing. And so, like, Nelly wasn't my top, then Alyssa, but, like, I could have switched them around. And, like, I think they both did a really, really good job.
What about you, David?
So I didn't rank them, but I did have two people that really stood out for me. And I guess this is going to be a hot take, but Alyssa was one of them. I thought she really stood out, and I was very surprised by how well I thought Kitty did in the lip sync. In fact, after the lip sync, I was like, I think they might crown Kitty, because we kept getting really strong reactions from the judges too with her lip sync. So yeah, it was getting to the point where I was like, I think Kitty might actually take this.
I honestly think a lot of it just has to do with the fact that we haven't seen Kitty lip sync that much.
Yeah, as well.
That's the thing. She only lip synced technically twice on her first season and twice this season. So I think a lot of it was just like, I think her comedy timing in this lip sync was really good. I think the moments were, and I will agree with you. I none of them were horrible.
Mm-hmm.
What set Kitty apart for me is just like, there are very clear moments where you can tell she's watermelon cantaloping the lyrics to this song. But I agree with you, David. I think the comedy of it was very, very strong.
Mm-hmm.
So it was high highs and low lows in the lip sync for Kitty for me. I thought the stunt at the end was fun.
Yeah.
But I also thought she was getting under edited in the lip sync, honestly. And I think a lot of it might have been to do with the fact that she didn't know the words. But hey, she knew enough. But we get a winner. A winner is crowned. And it's Alyssa Edwards.
Wow, I am really shocked about this person winning this season. I would have never expected the USA Queen to win this season. Who would have thought the most well-known season out of all of these, the Queen that has been told by RuPaul, you deserve a crown before. Of course, who would have thought? This is so shocking to me. I would have never expected this in my life.
But you're still fine with it, right?
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm just joking
at.
around.
Like,
I'm joking around with it.
I 100% agree with your entire sentiment there. Let me say that. But what I will say, and I see a lot of people are switching it up on Alyssa on social media right now, and I don't love that. I got to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be real. I think all three of us here wanted Nelenia to win.
Yes.
I like to root for the underdog, whether she was underdogged or not. For me, I will say, Alyssa Edwards has provided me and a lot of other people some of the best entertainment on Drag Race that we have ever had. Mm-hmm. Alyssa probably has the most memorable moments for me and some of the most quotable moments for me. I am always going to think about, girl, look how orange you fucking look. I'm always going to think about her doing the barrel roll in the workroom with that giant Annie Oakley wig on All Stars. I am always going to think about the camera dress. I am always going to think about her cold-hearted lip sync. Alyssa has provided us so much entertainment that I'm truly not mad that she has a crown. I think it is a deserved win. I think there are other people that could have won this season specifically. But ultimately, I am really happy that Alyssa is a winner of Drag Race. She has put in, as we heard her say, probably 23 plus times in this episode. She has put 23 years of work into the drag industry. I'm not mad at this at all. Did I want Nalenia to win? Yes. Am I thrilled that Alyssa Edwards has a crown? Absolutely. Am I shocked by this? No. And that's kind of how I leave the season.
Yeah, see, I think I might have a different take because I really want to go back and watch our video we did a year ago when we were talking about the rumored cast for Global All Stars. Because if there was one person I thought could not win, it was probably Vanity. But then beyond that, it was probably Alyssa Edwards. Because I thought there is zero chance that they are going to give the American Queen the win on the first Global All Stars. And I will be honest, I really think they never intended to give her the crown. I do not think they wanted to give her the crown until they saw the audience reaction to Kitty and to Queen Kong, because I think it was between the two of them. And as much as people want to hate on them and send them nasty messages, they did get consequences for their behavior. It was a $200,000 consequence. I think especially Queen, because I think she was probably the one they were expecting to crown. Look, $200,000 is a lot of money to lose. I don't think that we need to do anything else to her. I don't think we need to send her any more hate. That's the punishment enough. Like, the audience has spoken. She didn't win. Let's move on. Let's move on. And with Alyssa, I'm absolutely thrilled for her because she has been one of my absolute favorite queens. There was a period of years where I did consider Alyssa my favorite drag queen, period. Other people have moved up above her. Did she do as well as I hoped she would throughout the season? Not necessarily. Like, I don't think her highs were as high as they have been in other seasons, but I still just really love her, and her having a crown feels absolutely correct. Like, she feels like she should be a winner. There's certain queens that have not won the title yet that just feel, it just feels wrong that they don't have a crown. Like, people like Marina.
I was going to say, and I think the person now for me that moves into that, because I would have said Alyssa was my number one for that prior to this season. I think now my number one crownless queen is probably, well, okay, Jujubee is on a level of her own. Let's say that. But otherwise, Manila Luzon.
Exactly. Okay. I was like, are you going to say the same person
as me? 100% it's Manila. And,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's Manila, it's Marina, it's, you know, there's so many other queens that honestly, Silky. I think Silky is someone else that I would put up there. But yeah, I'm not mad at Alyssa having a crown. I'm really not. She has, for a long time, been the backbone of RuPaul's Drag Race in a lot of ways. And she has contributed to some of the best Drag Race moments of all time.
Yeah.
If someone else from season 5 was going to have a crown and they didn't crown Roxy this year, I am happy that it's Alyssa.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. And season 4 now has 4 crowns.
Wild.
And none for Roxy and Drew.
Well, unfortunate.
Feels correct.
Well, Julie.
Let's not.
And none for Detox either. That makes me upset.
That doesn't feel
correct.
I
love Detox.
Yeah, that does. She was my number one, honestly. Like, she's the number
Crownless
one queen.
Queens? Yeah, Detox is up there for sure.
For me. Like, Detox is, I think, for me, at the same level as Alyssa Edwards of like, oh, you don't have a crown? That's wild to me. That's absolutely insane to me. And this is why I'm also okay with Alyssa winning this season. Like, it feels like she does deserve a crown. And, like, she is one of these queens that has always deserved a crown and has always deserved to be, like, held up as a winner of Drag Race. And so I'm so glad that Alyssa won. But at the same time, I do feel like they were backed into a corner in the situation in which they couldn't really crown the people that they wanted to crown because they clearly didn't want to crown Nelly, but at the same time, they would have gotten a lot of backlash if Queen or Kitty would have won. So they really only had this option in which Alyssa won. Is this a bad option? No, this is a good option. Alyssa absolutely deserves this. I just think that the way that production handled this season and this win is really unfortunate, because if you would have just edited the season differently, Alyssa would have had one of the best seasons that we could have had and been like one of the best winners that we've had in a long time. And it is really unfortunate that both the editing team and the production didn't really give her the time of really like have her shine as much as she could have. So it just feels like she deserve this win? Yes. I just really wish that we would have been shown more of her throughout this entire season for it to really feel even more satisfying.
Yeah. And also, like, as far as Nelania, like, I know a lot of people are disappointed Nelania didn't win, especially knowing she was by far the favorite of the audience. But how much do we want the production of these shows to be held hostage by who the audience wants to win this? Like, if it really came down to, oh, the audience favorite should win each season, it would get kind of boring and predictable at the very end. Like, we would always know who's winning. So I'm okay with them not just sticking with whoever the audience is backing. I mean, in this case, it was pretty overwhelming, so that makes it a little bit more difficult. But I also, like, as much as I love Nelania, like, I don't think that she had like the most amazing highs in challenges either. So I see why she didn't win. Like, I think she won the hearts, but not the season. So, and I think she's probably very satisfied with that.
I think Nelania is going to have a phenomenal career, an internationally acclaimed career. And I truly think that I could see Nelania coming back for another season. I could. I wouldn't be mad at it either, because I have fallen in love with her on this season as well.
For sure.
So, now here's some interesting things about our draft here situation. The person who won the draft did not appear on a single episode of the recap of this season. Nor did second place. And I'm going to say, this is not me giving an excuse for winning another draft. But I don't think their win should count.
It counts. They picked the people. It counts.
Okay, so congrats, Robbie, for winning the draft. Blah, 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 blah. Move on. Anyway, that's that. Global is done. We're done. And we're going to go talk about some looks over and look over here. So, thank you for joining us for this finale recap of Global All-Stars. Let us know all your thoughts down in the comments below. Let us know if you want to see us do a Global All-Stars 2 fan casting video. It'll probably happen regardless. But let us know, who would you put on your Global All-Stars Season 2 cast? Make sure to subscribe, like, and share on the way out. Check out the description below where you can find all of our audio podcast links, our other YouTube channels, our Patreon, our social media, and where you can get your merch, including but not limited to cup mug. And with all that being said, we are going to go ahead and get out of here. So, cheers! Bye! Bye!